It's a beautiful, sunny, almost spring day here in March, but this weather does not reflect the story that I'll be sharing with you. I'm going to take you back to a couple months ago when I lived my coldest days ever in my van. First off, I want to share on why it's taken so long for episode 2 to come out. I am not good with technology at all, and I will say that the editing most definitely became a learning curve. I had created 2 full episodes and lost both of them. I decided to put it aside and take a little break. I do think I figured out the issue, which was creating my video clips too long, which was taking up too much storage space. If that was actually the case, I have fixed it and you are watching this video. Let's go back to January 11th. Hey, the 11th day of the first month, 111. Some people believe that represents new beginnings. I think that's perfect for this episode. I started off my morning in Mission. It was -2 and the winds were picking up. The Artic Outflow Storm was starting. I had decided I was going to ride out to the storm with my friend who had to move his trailer into Chilliwack. And this was my journey getting there. I sped this part up. Watch the kayak. The wind was blowing so strong that it was actually sliding my kayak across the roof racks on my van. Of course, I had to stop and run some errands and make a bite to eat. Back on the road again, and wow, that wind has more control over me than I do over it. Just take a look at that sign. And of course, that freaks me out. I've seen those on the highways tipped over from these winds. My friend found a spot to park underneath this bridge, actually. And one of the farmers was talking to him, was telling him how several trailers over the years have landed in this field down below due to these high winds. I guess I should give you an updated weather report. It is a -6. It is still very windy, as you could tell when I was driving on the highway there. And I am almost at my friend's place. Ooh, that wind is cold. It is so powerful that it was actually pushing me while I was trying to take this video. Here we go again. Yepers, I ended up under a bridge. Unfortunately, my friend had to leave the campground they were staying at because they were closing it down due to the storm. So where else do you find a place to stealth park a trailer and a truck on the mainland? Not too many options. This most definitely worked, but we did not realize that we were probably in the coldest area to ever be for this storm that was coming through. It is -11 at 11 p.m. and it's day 1 of the storm. -12 is the coldest I've actually slept at in my van, and that lasted for a couple days, and that was just recently back in October when I went to Alberta and ended up in a freak snowstorm temperature drop that happened there. So yeah, so we haven't quite made it there on the temperature yet, but we're getting there. I think it was about 3 a.m. I got up and started the van to heat up the space a little bit, and it was about -14. Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the storm. As you can tell, I am still curled up in my cocoon here of my sleeping bag. It's about 8 a.m. I have no idea what the temperature is as of yet, though I can tell you it is still very windy out there, and I know it is cold on the other side of the sleeping bag. But it is time to get up. No idea what I'm going to get up to today, but we will just go as the wind blows. Literally. All right, just started the van up. Looks like a nice day out there. You can see it's cold though. We are at -16. A couple things did freeze up. One of them being my water bottle. Here's a cool picture of that. And I also had to do a little troubleshooting. I don't know what's up with my Jackery. The blue light is on, indicating that it's connected. As you can tell, I am using some wattage on the output, which is 20 watts. My phone is plugged in on a fast charge. As you can see, I have 96%, but my van is running and it should be producing a wattage coming in of at least 70 watts, and it is showing 0. Let's just look at my Jackery again. I've unplugged everything and put it back together, but I did notice this right down here at the bottom, and it's obviously like a temperature gauge of sorts, and it is low. So I'm just going to take it that my Jackery is too cold to take on a charge right now. Looks like my thought was correct. The Jackery will shut off charging if it drops below freezing. It's so hard. Actually, I have to walk backwards. It's like so cold on my face. Okay, I guess the weather didn't look that bad back in January, but trust me, it was so much colder than what it is today, that's for sure. The Jackery is working again. We're at 99%. You can see there's no more temperature gauge here, and I'm pulling in 74 watts. Minus 13 at 9:30 p.m. On night 2, I didn't even get up to check the temperature. The wind was blowing and it was cold, and I most definitely did not want to get out of my cocoon. Everything seemed to be okay in regards to freezing wise, except for my 18-liter water jug. So yeah, that's what my water jug looks like in there. I think it's more superficial frozen, but anyways, it's still frozen. Even my tablet's not happy. It's such a shock to everybody, especially on the West Coast. We are not used to this type of weather at all. You know, and it's the bonus is it is a dry cold and not a wet cold, so that's good. I'm not really getting much moisture in my van, considering that I'm basically in it all the time, so that's good. Yeah, the adventure continues. I decided to bundle up and dare the weather out there. I think it lasted about 15 minutes. Well, if you can't tell, it's still pretty windy out there. The ice is really formed up along the riverside here too. Looks like it's going to be a nice sunset. I wasn't joking, that wind was strong. Held me up for a couple seconds anyways. 4:30 and we're still sitting at minus 10. Afterwards decided to go to Tim Hortons just to go inside somewhere to warm up. Unfortunately, all their seating happened to be along these big, huge paned windows, and that wind was just blowing up against them, making it so cold. A beautiful sunset it turned out to be. We continue to warm up, minus 8 at 9:30 p.m. The wind kept slamming my van, therefore gently rocking me to sleep. We are on day 4 of this windstorm, and it is almost 10:30 in the morning, and it is minus 9. So we've dropped a degree since last night. And it's still as windy as all can be out there. It's nice to feel somewhat normal right now. Got my hair done, so now you can tell I am curly again. It won't be long, unfortunately, because I do have to dare the cold elements again. So just finished doing some errands and thought I'd take my friend to a nearby park from where we're staying. And wow, I tell you, what a sunset. Alright, I am going to do something that I have never done in my whole entire life, and I wanted to do this last year and never got the opportunity, and here it is. I'm so excited. Anyways, here we go. I know, hard to believe, isn't it? In my 45 years, I have never stepped, walked, or slid on a frozen path. So here I was, walking back to the edge, very proud of myself that I hadn't fallen on my face. And then boom, I'm flat out on my stomach. I didn't see the log sticking up out of the ice, and anyways, it was dark, what can I say? So I didn't make it all the way across without falling. That did knock the wind out of me a little bit. Just kind of rolled on my back and looked up at the sky like, okay, let's get ourselves back again. But that was so worth it. I had so much fun. What a beautiful evening to do it on. The winds have finally stopped, or at least they're not happy in this area. That was a nice little treat to end the day, and a nice treat period to be going through the endurance of the storm that we've had. 4 days of it. Unbelievable. I'm so happy this worked, and I thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I still have a couple more episodes back in January to piece together that I think you might enjoy, and then my videos will be present day and on.